All right, everybody, welcome to 20 to Midnight, the D&D stream where three heroes have to race against the clock if they want to save the world.
My name is Beth Eyre. I play Helena Hailstorm, a human fighter from the Veldrin Empire. And this evening or this morning or whatever we are on, afternoon probably, I am in London town.
Wonderful.
It could be
Smooth.
any time of day. What is time anymore?
What? Who is it?
I am Emma Sherr-Ziarko. I am playing Cal, aka Calistoga Vance, a tiefling sorcerer from Bas Serena, and I am coming to you from the Land of Enchantment, Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Once more in the Land of Enchantment, returned.
Once more, yes.
Yeah.
You didn't see me last week because we couldn't stream, but if you watched us on YouTube, I was in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Yes.
But I'm back home now. Yeah, what a time.
Yeah. My name is Gabriel Urbina. I am the Dungeon Master, and I am here in New York City. And friends, if we seem ever so slightly out of it, it is for anyone that is watching this in the archive. We are recording this on Wednesday, November 6th, and streaming this on Wednesday, November 6th. One day after the 2024 presidential election here in the United States. And let's put it this way, we're very excited to be far away in a fantasy world where there are big, scary monsters, but they're big, scary monsters that we can slay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what's going on, and let's talk about what was going on last week. Because, if folks, if you have not actually caught episode 40, I would say go back and look it in the YouTube library, because it was an eventful one. You guys made some plans to meet up with Admiral Razak after she proposed a rendezvous in the city of Westfall so that you guys could help her defeat the giant aquatic monster that was destroying the city of Westfall. But, you know, like anyone entering into a good relationship, you made a point of going, we're going to need to establish some boundaries. We're going to need to really put up some good fences if we're going to be good neighbors. And so you decided that you were going to go to deal with the Solinese, but you weren't going to take any of their guff. Before you did that, though, you wanted to investigate the corpse of the rock, of the undead gigantic bird that you destroyed. And upon examination of it, you discovered this glowing pyramid that was embedded in the rock's head. And you were able to establish sort of this like rudimentary communication with something. We don't really know what was on the other side of the pyramid. But you were able to just kind of like get this. It was able to make you feel things, and through that you were able to kind of establish a communication with it. And it said that it wanted to help, and by way of helping, it healed you. It basically gave you the effects of a long rest before vanishing. Your all-purpose magical consultant, Maeve, did not immediately know what that could have been, but she warned that in the world of magic, traditionally, what is given can then be taken away, and that may be a thing to be on the lookout for sometime in the future.
I'm sure it's fine.
Sure, yeah.
Is what Cal's take was?
Yeah. Helena was more skeptical, but
Yeah. Look at we've grown as people.
Yeah.
I'm now skeptical of things.
You then did something that I find genuinely and truly surprising. I was honestly amazed that you were able to do this. Helena managed to shake off the old ball and chain and leave behind her fiancée, Harriet, after being quite persuasive and quite forceful. Harriet stayed behind in the Veldrin capital of Linvale, where she hopes to be doing some research to see if there's anything that she can do to kind of help with what is happening from afar by sort of being your Sort of the person that is figuring out the why of what is happening while you guys are off doing the do of what is happening. But ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time to dwell on that for too long, because then through Maeve you travel to Westfall, a city that by this point was a shadow of itself, in ruins, smoke, rubble. You were quickly found by a mind flayer that is part of the Solinese operation in the area, and through him were taken to the Shard, the sort of big central ship that was at the heart of this Solinese fleet that had been gathered together to take on this monster. You rendezvoused with Razak, and from her you learned a couple of interesting things. One was that apparently both Satus and the dragons are gone, and she thought that you two had been responsible for that. You two, unless you've been pulling something very impressive behind my back, were not.
Yeah. Well, we may have instigated it.
Sure, yes.
Yeah. But I totally forgot about that in the moment. I was like, that's cool.
Because shortly thereafter, you were, as this fleet that had been put together was getting ready to attack this gigantic monster that has killed thousands and destroyed the city, you met your old friend, the Curator, who reminded you, Cal, specifically that a little while ago you had given him instructions to, number one, free Satus, and number two, do whatever he could to mess up the Solinese operations. Which is why a moment after he disappeared, there were a series of massive explosions from below decks of the ship that you were on. And it seems from surrounding blasts, also some on some of the other ships in the fleet. But still, nobody's got time to think about any of that, because as one of the chimneys in this giant metallic armored ship that you were on fell on the deck, Helena dove out of the way. Cal was knocked back and into the water, which is where we are starting today. Did I miss anything important? Anything that we want to talk about before we get started?
I think that mainly covers
I think that
the
pretty
whole
much covers it.
litany of disaster.
Yeah. I feel like I can relate to having been knocked overboard and floundering in water right now.
Sure.
So. Let's dive in.
All right, let us do it then. Cool. Emma, start me with just a Constitution saving throw, please.
Awesome. Yeah, let's do it. Ooh, that's not so bad. That's an 18 plus 6 for 24.
That's pretty not bad at all. We would say that the bad levels are pretty low on that.
They're pretty low on that one.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you hit the water, you immediately go in. It is freezing cold, but your body doesn't seize up. And, you are a few feet underneath the water. Above you, you are starting to see a orange blaze as more and more of the ship is catching on fire. What are you doing?
I think I am going to cast Misty Step.
Ooh,
to get myself back on the ship.
Ooh, fascinating. Okay, so...
Yeah. Yes, maybe.
So this is interesting to me because what can you see? Misty Step requires you to be able to see the place that you are teleporting to. So... Well,
I can probably see the, edge of the ship.
Yes, so I think that...
so maybe I could, teleport and grab on to the side of the ship.
I like this thought. I think that it would require a dexterity saving throw to see if you can grab onto the ledge quickly enough.
Okay.
But one moment, before you do that, Helena, what are we doing? You just saw Cal go overboard.
Yeah, I'm gonna help. So I think I usually have a rope about me. I don't know if we're in rope throwing distance here.
Probably. I mean, here's one of the other problems. The ship is, the distance between where Cal is and where you are is shrinking.
Because the ship is sort of sinking.
Yes.
Sinking.
Drinking
and sinking.
The ship is moving in a Cal direction. Around you, by the way, absolute pandemonium. You know, sailors are running every which way. Lifeboats are starting to get loaded. People are trying to put out fires. Mind flayers are floating around, levitating bits of debris out of the way. You can see that at least 3 other ships have fires on their decks. One has just been completely blown apart. It's a state of utter chaos. But yes, I think that you could throw a rope overboard and have it reach the water.
Okay. Right. Let's do that very fast because we're going to have to get off again.
So you lean over the railing, you throw the rope, and as you do, the rope is in the air. There is a burst of light, and Cal is next to the railing.
Whoa.
Can I have dexterity saving throws from both of you, please?
Okay.
Indeed.
Oh, that's less good. 7?
I also got a 7.
Your fingers graze each other as you try to hold on.
No.
But you are not quite able to hold on, and Cal plummets back into the water.
Oh, gee.
No. Have you planted anywhere near the rope that I already threw down there?
Yeah. Is the rope still there?
Roll me a perception check with advantage to see if you can find the rope.
Okay. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, I got a natural 20.
Yeah,
You
look at that.
look up and the rope, you know, even amidst the chaos, you're able to find it very quickly. You hold on to the rope.
Okay. I'm holding on to the rope.
Okay, great. Then I'm pulling it up.
Cool. Emma, roll me a d20.
18.
Okay. Beth, roll me a strength check.
Okay. 16 plus 5.
Nice.
And now,
She's strong.
now, Beth, you roll me a d20.
Okay. Well, that's a 4.
A 4.
Yes, a 4.
Okay, very good.
Oh dear.
So, you know, haul Cal back up. And, you know, are able to toss the sopping wet Calistoga Vance onto the deck. She seems to be okay. Cal, when you look up, you notice Helena also seems healthy, but the helmet is no longer there. Somewhere in the diving away from the flaming piece of debris that came at you, leaning overboard to try to grab you, the ship listing, the helmet has fallen off Helena's head.
Okay.
What?
You remember
was
the
it
tin helmet?
The tin hat?
Oh,
tin
right.
hat?
The
Yeah.
thing that stops all the psychics around you from being able to just like enter your brain willy-nilly?
Yeah.
The people that are about to be very curious about what the hell is happening right now.
Don't think about things. What we should think about is whether we can...
Let's
No,
just...
but bear with me. We should get into a
Okay.
lifeboat. And
Okay.
we'll get some debris. And how far is the shore? Can you see the shore?
At this point, actually, Razak will walk past you and will scream,
Oh.
"Get in a lifeboat. Seafarer's Cove is 2 miles east that way. Regroup there. I'll rally what is left of the ship. Get there." And she will head out.
Okay.
Okay.
So we
All
will
right.
towards the lifeboat.
For once, I'm going to listen to Razak.
Good.
So, yeah, let's go. Let's get... Is Volt here? Volt? Okay. Whew.
This way. Some sailors are screaming, gesturing you towards one of the lifeboats.
Okay. Let's go over that way.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. And they'll actually hack the rope so the lifeboat drops down into the ocean. But a moment later, you are on a boat with 7 different members of the Solinese Navy as they pull you and, are rowing away. And the person that seems to be in charge, this sort of younger officer with red hair, will look at the two of you and go, "Where am I taking you? Boat or to the shore? We need to move before that thing gets curious about what's making all that racket and decides to attack us instead of the city."
I think to shore.
Right,
Shore.
you heard the lady. Full ho to shore.
Who put me in charge?
I like being in charge.
Well, okay.
Maybe I can help with the rowing.
Sure,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, maybe we can.
Okay, great.
Here,
I love to row.
Yeah.
Helena, roll me a perception check, please.
Oh, sure. I get a 2.
Cool. Man, there's a lot of shit going on here.
Yeah, chaos.
Cal,
Waves.
roll me a perception check to you with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, these are both middling. Do I get a perception bonus? No. So 12.
12 is enough. The person who Helena just took their spot on the rowboat, or like on the rowing part of the rowboat, you recognize her. It is the sailor with the blonde cropped hair that greeted you when you got to the ship, and which was last telling you that they are the ones responsible for everything that happened.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi, ma'am. Are you
Is it
all right?
you?
You look
Yeah, I'm fine.
okay.
I'm
Jesus, I
just
can't
fine.
believe the whole ship is going
What's
down.
What's your name?
Leah, ma'am, or
Okay.
Private Argoth, if you prefer.
Sure. So are you in there?
Ma'am, I'm shaken, but I'm present. If you need something, we're here for
Do
you.
you like riddles? Do you like riddles and games?
Yes. By this point, this is attracting attention.
Yeah.
Like, the couple of the other people on the rowboat are now looking towards you. Like, what is going on?
Including me. Cal, what are you doing?
Helena, by the way, at this point, you've had to...
Yeah.
Actually, roll me a strength check.
Sure. 15.
You've now had to slow down and modulate your rowing a little bit so that you can go forward instead of your side going so much faster with Helena's superhuman strength.
I'm being
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Carl, what you
Who
doing?
doesn't like a riddle, ma'am?
This is the one that he looked like.
The one that...
If this is a joke about my hair, ma'am, I know that it's not the
No,
most...
your hair's
Oh,
very
it's
nice.
you? You did this? We've had it with you in your games. You always interpret everything we say the wrong way round.
At this point, the man that was in charge and was taking Cal's orders will step up and go, "Do we have a problem, ma'am?"
Well,
Not sure.
I just heard you
don't know.
accuse one of my sea women of being the one responsible for, and he'll kind of gesture behind you.
Yeah.
This is a very serious accusation.
It might not have been her. It wasn't her.
It was not me.
It was somebody
it was definitely not me.
It was
No?
somebody that looked like her, though, and I'm trying to figure out if he's in there still.
I see. All right. Well, why don't you start from the beginning? If who is in there?
Oh, you don't need to worry about him.
I'm
He's
worried.
probably gone now.
Ma'am, I am quite worried.
I think my friend fell off the ship recently and
I did.
hurt her head, and I have been quite shaken up.
I
also.
might have.
Makes
I
you
might have a
paranoid, all this
concussion.
disaster.
Yep. Absolutely.
I'll get back to rowing.
I had a bad dream. I don't know what I'm saying.
What was the dream about, ma'am?
Oh, there was a very, there was a shadow creature cat and a little dancing squirrel and somebody that looked like her but was not her, being possessed and who knows what it all means.
Roll me a deception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
I thought it was quite clever to include
Thank
real things that
you.
happened.
No. Like, it was pretty good, but this is
Well,
quite the suspicious situation.
it is, but Cal is deceptive as hell because I rolled with disadvantage. I rolled a 13, but plus 14.
Whoa!
Yes, for
Sneaky one.
27.
You're a sneakster.
I should be using that more.
Yeah, Cal's one of those people that when she tells a lie, it sounds better and more realistic than the truth.
Exactly.
Slowly, the various Solinese sailors begin to nod, and he goes, and this man will go, right. Maybe just take it easy, ma'am. There's a lot happening. We can regroup when we get to shore. Why don't you sit down, dry off, let us handle the rest of the journey.
Thank you. Our apologies.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm a little shaken.
All right. No hard feelings, but again, just maybe let's take it easy on accusing people of being behind this until we are ready to follow through on that. And if there is
very wise
anything at all that you are concerned about with Private Argot's behavior, talk to me about it, and we'll sort it out. Understood?
Absolutely. Crystal.
Good. All right. Come on, man. Put your back into it. Roll me a quick perception check, both of you.
A 3.
All right.
5. 5.
Cool. Very good.
Yeah. Everything's looking good.
Tells lies incredibly. Cannot see a thing for the life of her.
She's thinking about her next lie.
Yeah. Thinking real hard.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Sometime later, you are taken to this area where this honestly quite beautiful seaside cove that is nestled along kind of a couple of rocky outcroppings on the shoreline. The boat will sort of like stall here and start making camp. And this sort of man that has been in charge will come up to the two of you and go, I expect it'll be a few hours before the rest of the fleet, or God, what's left of it, makes its way here. They need to rally, do SAR, take care of a couple things probably. We're going to set up base camp. If there's anything that you need to do, please just don't wander too far. Or if we do have to wander, let us know how we can find you. I'm sure that the Admiral will have a lot of questions for you.
Imagine she might. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure, ma'am. Stay. Are you feeling better?
A bit, yes, thank you.
Good. We'll get a fire going. Dry off your clothes. We have some spare uniforms if you need a different outfit.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. The people that were on the boat with you kind of start to set up a little bit of a camp. Soon there is a fire going, and they are unloading the cargo, setting up a couple of tents, sort of beginning what is probably set up for a forward base camp. What are the two of you doing? You now kind of have like a moment where if you wanted to not necessarily slip away, that might ask some questions, but if you wanted to just kind of like step away for a moment and talk between just the two of you, you can do that.
Yeah. I think maybe so.
Yeah, let's get some air.
How wet and cold am I?
I mean, you're pretty wet, but
I'm
it's
pretty wet.
like the middle of the day in like sunny.
Okay.
Kind of imagine like Mediterranean clime. So.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
So like
stay here.
You are clammy, but it is by no means like a cold day. I'm also sure that like Cal has magic that could address this.
Yeah, I mean, I can make fire.
Yeah, and we've got some fire, and I've got a cloak if you want to borrow it.
Oh, thank you.
Sure that...
Of course.
Oh, you don't have prestidigitation. That could take care of that in a snap.
Oh, I wish you did. That's so much fun to say. What does that
mean?
It is.
What?
Prestidigitation.
I really think you should get that just so we can say it.
Alas, I don't know that she can acquire more cantrips anymore.
I can't do it.
No.
No more?
Maybe some more as you level up, but I think that you may be set. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
But I can replace them at a certain point, can't
I? We'll look into it.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's go away for a walk.
Well, hang on, but like this I think was leading up to maybe Cal doing something about her clothing.
Wet.
Yeah, I think I was thinking about taking a uniform,
sure.
But I I guess why not? I'll take a uniform, an extra uniform, and I'll maybe go off to a more secluded place to change.
Sure.
And then come back and kind of thank you. And kind of lay my clothes by the fire so that they dry off.
Cal returns wearing the navy blue colors of the Solinese armed forces, but looking much drier and much happier for being dry.
It's kind of nice. It's a nice uniform. It's very comforting.
Yeah.
Comfortable. What? Comforting? Comfortable? One of those.
It's a very well-designed uniform. So often the way that I find.
Yes. Indeed.
You look very dashing and, somewhat evil.
Thank you. Yes. I mean, but now I feel like I can work from the inside.
Cal, no. Maybe we should just give that guy the nod that we're just gonna...
Yeah, just go off to the side here. Yeah.
So we do. Okay. So here we are. You're dressed like that, and
I am here. We are. This isn't great.
Yeah, I think we should re-strategize a little bit. Admiral Razak.
Yes. Do we...
Well, yes. Or should we never speak of that again? And maybe not think of it?
I think maybe. It could be challenging, but we could try to hide it from her.
How?
Have I still got my tin hat? Okay, so I could wear the hat, or
sorry,
you could wear
I'm
the
sorry,
hat.
I had not processed that it was like the pan up camera reveal of like Cal emerging from the secluded spot in like the new uniform. This like spotless, spiffy, super prim and proper Solinese Navy uniform. And we started her feet, going up her legs, arrive eventually at the tinfoil hat.
Yep.
That just like completes the tableau in a way that I had not fully like connected those dots.
Yeah. Neither had I.
You know that I'm always fond of the tin hat.
I do.
Here's my thing, though.
Yes.
I think that Admiral Razak is going to be pretty hopping mad at the moment.
I think so.
If our next interview, one or both of us are wearing a tin hat, it's going to ring some alarm bells for her as to why that might be. Just ordinarily, she's been quite good at sussing stuff out.
It's true. She has.
So
I gotta
compelling
remember not
point.
to take a sip.
Yeah.
I gotta remember not to take a sip of coffee when Beth is talking. might have a real spit take.
Yeah, you're right. It might raise some questions.
Yes, you are right. I mean, we've worn them around her before because she knows, but we just have to. Okay, so we won't. Here, I'll take off the tin hat.
Yeah. Obviously, it would be great if we could conceal this from her, but I'm not sure how feasible that is. I feel like we don't necessarily need to tell everybody here because they'll probably put us in jail. But
probably. But I think if we can just focus on something else, while if she's interrogating us, but or have the song in the head.
That's really worked very well for me in the past. I seem to
yeah. Well, maybe we can think of something else. But I honestly, if she figures it out, who cares? We've got bigger things to deal with.
Perception checks, both of you, please.
Oh Lord. Oh wow. Ooh. I get a natural 1.
Oh no.
-1.
I got a
There
19.
we go. I was like, why is it not making the noise?
I can't hear the noise.
No, I can't actually.
Really?
Yeah.
One moment, folks.
But we're less important than
the let me just see what's going on there though. 1 second. One moment.
I did almost just get coffee on everything.
Okay. If we try this. Are you not hearing anything right now?
Nope.
Not hearing it.
Fascinating.
Can you folks who are watching, can you hear it? I know it'll take there's a little delay,
is
so it'll take
much more important.
A couple seconds. That is much more important.
We can fun sound effects for low rolls.
Sure.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Rena says they can hear it. So.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Just us then. Well,
that's
I may try to do a little bit of troubleshooting on that when we take a break.
Yeah. Maybe.
All right.
Yeah. Sounds good. But
anyway,
you got a 19.
I got a 19.
Right.
That's
okay.
The important part.
So Cal, you spot a gentleman, one of the Solinese sailors, begins walking towards you. And he is this gentleman with a shaved head, and sort of these like strong muscular arms. And what other interesting thing about him, Cal?
I think he's got like a necklace with he's got a locket.
Oh, okay.
He's got a locket on. Yeah.
Yes, he has sort of this silver locket that hangs around his neck. And he, Helena, if Cal had not spotted this man, he could have come up to you and like tapped you on the shoulder and you would have jumped a foot in the air.
Yeah.
But he is approaching with a tray with 2 wooden glasses on it towards the 2 of you.
What? Let's kill him.
He's got a locket. Somebody cares about him. Maybe.
Okay.
Thank you. What's that?
As he reaches you, he will hold forward the tray, which has 2 steaming cups of carva juice on it.
Oh,
that's so kind.
That will hit the spot right now, frankly.
He will nod
Thank
at
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How should we tip?
He will do 3 quick gestures with his hand.
What was that?
Roll me a history check, both of you.
Okay. Oh dear. 4.
I got an 8.
All right.
With an 8, Beth, that is enough for you to recognize the gestures as Kiltan Sign Language, which is not a thing that you speak with that role, but you are able to sort of like recognize that this is a form of sign language.
Okay, I shall relay this to Cal.
Oh, very cool.
The man will nod at that and do 3 more gestures, which are completely indecipherable to you.
Okay. Cal does a sort of like, thank you. Which...
yeah. Thank you.
Hopefully I didn't just say something offensive, but...
we don't know sign language, I'm afraid.
He'll nod and sort of, incline his head a little bit at that, and will sort of do a much more rudimentary, like, gestures at the camp, gestures at the two of you, gestures at himself, question mark? Which is fairly easy to sort of suss out as kind of a, like, do you need anything else? Can I bring you anything else?
Oh, that's very kind. Do you need anything else, Cal?
I'm okay. I'm a little hungry.
He'll nod and immediately start walking back towards the camp.
Thank you. I guess he can't hear me. But thank you.
Okay. Do you think he's spying on us?
Could be. Could be. But I don't have the energy to worry about everybody right now.
Okay, so I should reduce the number of worries, and I shouldn't ask, should we drink the coffee, or do you think it's poisoned?
I think we should drink the coffee. I don't think they want to kill us, because they do need us.
Yeah.
They might want to mind control us, but I don't think you can do that through carver juice. But...
And this is where we were getting with the Admiral's out question. We were saying there's an extent to which all's fair in love and war, and she stole our people.
Yeah.
We tried to steal them back. We did not necessarily mean all this to happen.
Yeah.
We never asked for the Curator. It was another thing that happened to us, which we could
true.
have done without.
It's true.
We asked for certain things.
I was going to say, like, sure, you did... I will just say...
Once we were dealing with him, then we asked him for things.
Yes, we did ask for things.
And I will say, look, Admiral Razak you were innocently sailing on a ship and she got all up in your business. You knocked on the Curator's door because you needed information that he had. That's how, like, your association with him started. He is one of the few things that you did ask for, like in a more cosmic sense of the word. And this was very much Cal. This recent events can be traced to Cal asking for it.
You know what, Gabriel?
Yes, Emma?
That's all true. And
I'm glad you agree.
Okay,
but we didn't know that this was going to happen, and we didn't want this to happen in these circumstances.
Well,
you mean we didn't want this to happen when we were here?
Yeah, that too, but also when we're fighting a giant Leviathan beast.
So, right. So, where have we got to in the what line we're taking here?
I don't think we should outright tell her what's going on, but I don't think if she finds out, it's gonna necessarily be the end of us.
No, destroyed ships, people dying, all that sort of thing?
Well, I didn't mean to.
I'm just saying
the man with the locket is approaching once again, carrying another tray.
Okay.
Do you think the trays are bugged, Cal?
Oh, I don't know. But that sandwich looks good.
He places the tray in front of you, and on it is some bread and some cheese and some fruit. And he will kind of gesture at it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
He will bow.
Do Should we tip him? I don't know. I'll give him a coin. I'll give him a silver.
He will wave like, no. It is no.
Is there anything we can do for you?
He'll shake his head and again kind of do a like, camp, you, ?
Yes, we'll be right back. We're just discussing some things that...
He'll sort of gesture again. It'll be more, it'll kind of be more camp, pick up something, bring here, give it to you, ?
I'm fine. Helena, do you want anything?
I think I'm good if you and Volt are good.
Yeah.
He will nod then, and begin to walk away.
Okay.
What is going on?
I don't know.
Maybe nothing.
Maybe nothing. Maybe he's fine. Maybe he's a spy. Maybe this is poison. But I'm hungry.
Brilliant. I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? Is that where we're at, Cal? Is that
I think that's where I'm at. Yeah.
I'm not sure I agree with this sort of nihilism at this stage in our expedition.
Incredible.
You think that eating the bread and cheese is nihilistic?
I think not caring whether the bread and cheese is poisoned is nihilistic.
Oh, I see. It's not that I don't care. It's just I'm willing to take the risk.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Fine. Let's focus on some of the more, I think, pressing risks.
Okay. Sure. Like what?
And
Cal's gonna take a bite of the bread.
Great.
Cal, how familiar are you with the taste of pure arsenic? No, I'm kidding. Sorry, Beth. Sorry to interrupt.
No, please do. It's very important.
Yes.
If Admiral Razak is going to be very vengeful, we should maybe run away.
Oh.
But begging the question, can we outrun this lot? Possibly not. In which case we can't run away. In which case we're going to end up having to face it.
Quick perception checks, both of you.
Never give up,
God.
eh?
That's a natural one for me.
Wow.
Wow.
Beth?
I get an 18.
Oh, good.
Okay. So with an 18, you see that the young man that was just with you has taken the tray back to camp, has kind of dropped it off, and has walked not necessarily towards you, but towards this fallen log that is resting maybe about 50 feet to the side of you. So it's kind of one of these, like, if this is you guys, if this is the camp, he sort of, walked from the camp to you guys, back to the camp, and then sort of did a, little bit of this, and is now sitting, resting his arms on the log, sitting there. And he is, it's still, at least, 30 or 40 feet away from you all, but he is now sort of sitting closer to you while the rest of the folks are setting up the camp.
I will relay this to Cal.
Oh, he's probably reading our lips.
Yes. Probably has been this whole time.
Probably.
Great. So on the whole, we're thinking we're not running away, trying to bring the Leviathan down single-handedly or whatever.
I don't think that would work.
So we're taking our chances with Admiral Razak, for better or worse.
I don't see a better alternative at this moment.
Okay, well, I guess in that case we might as well just eat up.
Yeah. It's quite good. It's a little soggy, but...
Great.
I'll toss some bread to Volt. Yeah, good boy.
You okay there, buddy? Good.
Yeah. I think we're all there.
I wish Harriet was here, except I don't.
I was gonna say, you're the one who convinced her not to come.
I know.
Which I think is wise, because we are in a lot of danger.
Yeah, I'm very glad she's not also in that danger.
Yeah. But... yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to do at this moment. But maybe get in the belly of the beast, so to speak. Ooh.
I do have a cup of water breathing, if we want.
That is true. You do have that. I wonder if we could get inside the belly of the Leviathan.
Wow, Cal, that is... I would not have thought of that. That seems...
Yeah.
I mean... that would be amazing, but also, like, we might get digested. I mean...
Yeah, it might burn us with its stomach acid.
Do you know anything about Leviathans?
I don't. Or do I? Do I know anything about Leviathans?
For the record, I do have stats for what happens if you end up in the belly of this particular beast.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, good to know.
Do you know anything about Leviathans? Roll me a Arcana check, but like, spoilers, this is gonna be a pretty steep Arcana check.
Okay. Yeah, so it landed like halfway between an 18 and a 4.
How about you re-roll that?
It was cocked.
Sure.
Okay, we kind of split the difference. So 12 plus 2 for 14.
Big water monster. Like,
big water monster.
Stuff of legends, but like, some things, but it's kind of in that like Sinbad style stories of that you're like, that this is more folk tale. This is, and like some of it might be kind of natural phenomenons that people were confusing for like gigantic monsters. You've certainly never heard of like a creature this big. Like, this is kind of like the way that the Rock was a much bigger flying creature than anything that you've ever heard of. This is like a bigger aquatic monster than any you've heard of. But beyond that, no, you don't really have a lot to hang your hat on when it comes to this creature.
Okay. So we'll have to get creative. But yeah, I don't see a better option than that we did just experience perhaps a good portion of the fleet sinking, which is not great.
Right. Is Admiral Zark useful without the fleet?
It's a great question. I don't know.
Perception checks, please.
18.
3. I'm glad that one of us is good on. Yeah.
You see that the man that was sort of the man in charge of the boat has walked over to the young man that tried to speak with you with sign language. And the young man will stand up and pass him a note.
Goody.
Which the older man is now reading.
Cal.
And he is now walking back towards the rest of the party. The young man has stayed where he is.
Well,
you're not thinking we make a dash for it, are you?
What do you think?
I think they're about to do something.
The older man and the woman with the cropped blonde hair are now walking towards you.
Oh, it's our old friend.
Yay.
Are you okay, Cal?
I'm a little loopy, frankly, but I don't We don't know this place. We don't know. I guess we could.
Folks, how are two of you doing?
Were we just saying we're okay, but a bit all over the place?
Well, I think that is about where we are. You got a moment to talk?
We have. Thank you.
Great. Let's take a quick 5-minute break, and when we come back, we will talk to this man.
Okay. I'm sure he's going to be really nice to us.
Alrighty. Let's be back in about 5 minutes, folks.
Okie dokie.